Good morning. Saturday the 28th of November 2020, and we're flying through Movember, and I believe that we've been doing a really good job collectively around about the promotion of Movember and men's mental health this month. So we've only got 3 days left of that, and loads of people have took on some phenomenal challenges. Good morning, Patricia. I hope you are well. This morning I am going to give you a laugh. So I have already been live and noticed that nobody came on, and I'm just chatting away to myself, and I'm okay with that now. It's like, oh, I don't have anybody watching, that's all right. And I was blithering away for ages, because I'm just going to jump out the water, and nobody was watching, and I went, right, I'll save this, I'll finish up and save it, and then noticed that my settings were to me only. So funny how my mind went, oh, nobody's watching, there's no point doing this, to, oh, you've got your settings on Ross only. So very, very quickly, today is about stress, and I'm talking about stress and how stress is a number one killer amongst us all. The chemicals in the body that are produced through stress, fight, flight or freeze, can become toxic. It's like when we get cortisol or adrenaline into our system. If it's not used instantaneously, it can linger about the system and has detrimental effects on the internal organs. And how do you manage your stress is completely unique to you. Some of the patterns that I have in place about managing my stress is this. B, meditation, although meditation I generally only do when I'm here in the morning. I say I would like to practice meditation more, but quieting my mind is something that I personally struggle with. Here's a chap here this morning. I had a long blether with him, and he manages his stress by fishing, and you could imagine his face when he saw us coming along. But through chatting away to him, he said that he's joined a group for wild swimming. He's just not quite picked up the courage to do that yet. So meditation. The other thing I love to do is hiking. I love walking, long distance walking especially, more than going up the side of mountains, but I absolutely love getting out and doing 8, 9, 10 mile walks. I find that really helpful for clearing my mind. So as my gran used to say, there are two ways you can go through life. You can either be a passenger in a car, or you can get behind the driver's, get in the driver's seat and start to steer your own vehicle in a more effective way. Look at this. Is that not hilarious? Look at those fine specimens of men this morning. So, yeah, if you weren't listening for the beginning, I was actually live much earlier on, and I was blethering away for ages, and I noticed that nobody was watching, which I would like to say didn't affect my ego, but it did a little bit. I went, nobody's watching me this morning. And then I realised that my settings were on privacy, that it was only me that could see it. So managing stress, right? I could blabber on about stress and things that are helpful and things that getting into a conversation about our mental health and looking at practicing meditation, getting out, getting amongst running water, the electrolytes that are produced through, like, standing next to a waterfall or something like that, for an example. The ground is actually a wee bit frosty, and it's colder on my feet than it was when I was in the Clyde there. So you've got to really find what works for you, like whether it's starting to eat healthier, whether it's thinking more healthier, whether it's finding new patterns of behaviour that's going to support you better. It's unique to you. This works for me. I've been doing it since February 2019. I've been doing it nearly 2 years, coming up in February. Wow, that's a long time. And I noticed that really helps. Does it help relieve my stress? I'm not so sure if it helps relieve my stress, but it certainly makes me a lot more focused and gives me a massive amount of more energy. It also gives me resilience, and it allows me to control my mindset a lot better, because I can spend 20 minutes, half an hour in there, and I've become more resilient to the cold, which is then the cause and effect of that is I become a lot more resilient to outside factors that you would have thought that I couldn't deal with. So as David Goggins puts it, once you've had this positive experience and you've experienced it, you put it in the cookie jar. If you've not listened to David Goggins, he's fantastic. That guy's great. So get him on. Get David Goggins on, man. If you're needing a bit of motivation, just listen to that guy's story. It's incredible. But he talks about the cookie jar. So if things are maybe not, if I'm across from somebody and that somebody's trying to either overpower me or get the better of me, I can able to just, I disappear in my mind and I find myself in the cold Clyde. And I think, well, if I can handle the Clyde, I can handle what's in front of me right now. And the resilience is there. And I tend then not to have to rely on, how could we say it, toxic perhaps power in that situation to try to counterbalance the attack that's coming towards me. You're more able just to come at it from a more centred perspective because you've developed a mindset of resilience. Developing a resilient mindset is what it's all about. Have a fantastic Saturday. And Eddie, that just went live. Right, have a great laughter's the best medicine. Find somebody to laugh with. It's great. Have a fantastic Saturday. All the best, everybody.